what happens when someone dies and there's no probate administration? Well, the Florida statutes provide that if someone passes away, that whoever has the will is supposed to deposit it with the court. That does not mean that you have to have a probate proceeding. So many times wills are not probated. The reason why is because the decedent does not own any assets that are in their individual name. Many times, particularly in a husband and wife scenario, the property is held in their joint name, so all that's needed is to record a death certificate in the public records, which would show that the surviving spouse is is entitled to the particular joint asset. Or if there are bank accounts that are joint or payable on death, then the bank simply distributes those or pays those out to the joint owner of the account. If there are assets in the decedent's name, well then nothing happens, and the assets will eventually be turned over to the state and then as abandoned property, such as bank accounts, old life insurance policies, and I'm not sure how many years have to go by before they are turned over to the state, and they can always be retrieved by setting up an estate. The other scenario is if you have credit cards in the name of the decedent, and then the question is well, what happens, as far as paying these bills if there's no probate administration for the creditors to file their claims? Well, if there's no probate administration and the decedent own debts, well, the creditors have the option of opening an estate. Of course, they need to try and figure out if there are any assets that could be used to pay their debts. So a creditor can open up an estate if they so choose, if they're owed any money. However, if no probate administration is open and there are creditors, well, the creditors do not get paid since there's no probate and no assets to pay them. Also, the creditor's claims are barred 2 years after the decedent's death. So sometimes probate administration doesn't even take place until after the 2 years, and the creditor's claims are barred. So if you have a question about probate and what to do when someone passes away, well, give me a call at 727-847-2288.